If the gospel is not the way of salvation, it is not a way of salvation. And we're not just dogmatic about this, we are bulldogmatic about this.
Let's take a Bible pause with Pastor William and Scott.
Are you ready to sink your teeth into Scripture and get a bulldog grip on its truth? Listen on some doctrine and get bulldogmatic. Here is your host. This, to the podcast, might be a very important question.
Right.
Of course, there's a book written that says, I think, all dogs go to heaven.
There is a movie called that, and there might be a book.
Well, the important question is, are there going to be bulldogs in heaven? Sorry I was beating around the bush there, but that's the important question. Are there going to be bulldogs in heaven?
Okay, so now we're talking about something that just becomes really, that opens up a door of fascination, okay?
Oh.
Because we know that there will be animals in heaven, okay?
Right.
Nobody disputes that. You could take Isaiah chapter 11, the lion will lie down with the lamb. These are symbols of God's perfect world. Many people look at that as part of the millennial earth. I would extend it to the eternal earth as well. But you have questions like, for example, we know that there are some animal breeds now that did not exist 1,000 years ago.
Right.
We've crossbred.
Bulldogs is one of them.
Yeah. We've crossbred, and we have done all that. So, are all the animals going to be in heaven that man has created by his crossbreeding? Mm-hmm. See, that's a question that's just out there.
Right.
The greater concern that I have when that question comes up are my pets going to be in heaven? What I have to say is I know of no scripture that says that.
Right.
And I also have to say now we can come back to, and I would argue this, and we want to just say thank you for all our listeners and subscribers before we lose you, because this is a subject that might do it. I cannot tell a person your pet is going to be in heaven. I don't have scripture for that.
Right.
But we do have to be cautious of why do you want to go to heaven? To see Christ or to see your dog?
Right. I think that we are going to be so enthralled with Christ that if they're not there, we're not even going to notice whether they're there or not.
Well,
really.
yeah. Well, and the other, one of the other things I think we have to consider is, because I do believe this. Now, I have to say, I do think that in America especially, I'm not saying it's not true in other cultures, but in America, pet ownership has almost become an idol.
Yeah, it has.
It has, People do things for their dogs. And I thought about this the other day. If they came to the place of persecution and they said, renounce Christ or I'm going to kill your dog, how many people would hesitate?
Yeah.
How many people? Now that's
sad to think about. It's true. And yet we live in a culture that has no problem with killing an unborn child.
An unborn child, yeah. So we have to be conscious of while we derive joy from our pets and our animals, and there's no question, there is a therapeutic effect to petting an animal. Mm-hmm. And I don't care whether it's a dog or a cat or a cow or a horse.
Right.
There is some kind of therapeutic effect from that. So we're not diminishing that, but we're warning against the possibility. Do you believe heaven will be less enjoyable if the pets you've had in the past or presently aren't there? Because the Bible never speaks about the resurrection. We, humans, were made in the image of God.
Yes.
And it is humans who are being redeemed.
We hope you were blessed by this Bible pause. To listen to the entire discussion, go to our YouTube channel. The link is listed in the description below. Thanks for listening.